So what I'm doing here is a wall mural in the back hallway, Los Angeles Contemporary Exhibitions. The piece is titled Grand Pale Maw, and I think, although it's in the beginning stages of development, what I'm thinking about is kind of about, addressing the hallway itself and this back room. I have this personal relationship with lace coming back here, using the bathrooms during performances and stuff. Standing here waiting in line. It's a kind of an intimate space. People come back here and kind of hang out to get away from the heat and the sweat and stuff from the galleries. And I was trying to think to myself what would be the perfect image for that kind of environment. And I guess I couldn't really settle on one. Part of it is just, this type of work is sort of indicative to the way that I relate with drawing. And I'm just starting with these sort of like real organic surfaces, often working with the wall itself as kind of a jumping point, like a footprint, for instance, or a blemish on the wall, and kind of working around it like it's a piece of skin, and not really having a general thrust of where I'm going to end up. Instead, working simultaneously with my archive of images that I have here on my hard drive, and also being informed by the imperfections on the wall and so forth.
So I'm curious about your photography now, and how your practice informs, creating this archive. When you go out with a camera, is it specifically for sort of creating an archive, or is it a little more sort of dialogical, like you have an idea and you photograph things, and that in turn informs the drawing, which might then in turn inform the kind of images you're looking for and how you photograph them?
Yeah, it's a bit of both, I guess, to answer the question first. Sometimes I have an idea and I'll go out on some kind of adventure to find that perfect subject and take pictures of it. But oftentimes, I can just run a Google search and find something already on the internet and have a found image to work with. I subscribe to stock photography sites, and they're right full of pretty much anything you could think of. Commercial companies use these for backgrounds and whatever, websites and stuff. So my archive consists of a little of both. I'm actually, technically terrible with a camera, so I find that the pictures that I take are, overexposed or underexposed, and they often bring an element of unexpectedness to the table, which I then, work from in pieces. I think the photography's there, frankly, because in the normal way that I work, it could never do it because of changing environmental conditions. The way we mentioned the Hudson River School, goes out and does a bunch of sketches in the field and then comes back to their studio and does the final rendition, I guess, is kind of the appropriate analogy here.
So do you think the sort of fragmented nature of your archive contributes to the sort of fragmented nature of your composition?
Yeah, it's a collage in many ways. It's definitely contributing to. The pictures come from all different areas. It's not from one specific location. It's very disjointed, kind of a hodgepodge of different material, different information.